in that I've been in the 9 to 5 sort of corporate world for let's say like 10 years, but it felt like 10 million years. Okay,
Yeah, fair
it
enough.
felt like the sort of personality type that I am. It was getting sort of repetitive, going to the
Yeah,
same place,
too
hanging out with the
mundane.
same people. Yeah, too mundane. Not meeting any new people, and just being really like a workhorse. Um,
Yeah.
and it started to drive me a little bit crazy.
Let's go!
We had a shot the other day with Nikki, and that was fun times. Sam, hey man, how are you?
Good man. Thanks for having me on. This is an absolute honor and a privilege, to be honest with you.
Man, I've been looking forward to it. We're doing a lot of similar things. So yeah, I've been meaning to get you on, and obviously we still got to hook up that call. But yeah, man, we're both doing busy things. So yeah, really looking forward to hearing everything about it.
Cool, excellent. Likewise.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm wondering, did you over where you are now? Like, because what time is it over your end? Because are you in you're in Bali at the moment? Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
midday
cool.
here.
Midday, cool. Was the Super Bowl big over there, or not really? Just because being over in Asia.
To be honest, the Super Bowl is kind of off my radar as a British person.
Yep.
I mean, it's getting bigger over there, right? But to be honest
Yeah.
with you, it's not super huge on my radar.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I'm completely honest with you, it was only 2 days ago that someone was like, oh, Super Bowl's on Sunday, yeah, you got a podcast show, yeah? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, like, it's on, like, yeah, here in Australia, it's not like a big thing. But yeah, if it's on, I'm always keen to watch something like that, like a final, like semi-finals and shit, like, couldn't even tell you who played. But yeah, the final was good. Yeah.
Cool.
But no, man, it's great to have you on. So yeah, thank you so much. It's as I said before, I was really looking forward to it because yeah, when it comes to like the digital nomad lifestyle and the laptop lifestyle, like it's something I'm super interested in. Having left work myself and now working from home, I mean, technically I'm doing that. I just haven't gone and traveled yet. I did a bit of travel as soon as I left the 9 to 5, but now that I'm kind of getting established in what I'm doing and finding my own path and lane, then yeah, definitely keen to do some travel soon.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
and that's what I'm here to say today is like anyone can do what I've done and what
Yeah.
countless other people are now doing. Bali itself is now becoming a bit of a hotspot. Sorry, by the way, I tend to walk around a bit and pace around while I'm talking. So if anyone's
No,
getting
it's cool, man.
seasick, I really apologise for that. But yeah, Bali becoming a bit of a hotspot now for digital nomads. Traditionally, it's been Chiang Mai in Thailand, Medellin in Colombia. But
Yep.
even more so now, Bali is becoming a real hotspot, and I can totally see why. So yeah, this place is great, and this is what I'm here to say today is that anyone can do what I've done.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's awesome. Like, because Bali, especially if it's becoming a hotspot, if there's more of a community, then everyone can, in essence, just, help one another and, pick each other's brains and that sort of thing, which is fantastic. I mean, it's great, here on the online space, but if you're sitting next to someone having a beer, you can really share some really valuable insights and, make some real friends along the way. And some international friends I've made now, meeting them abroad or even just online, it's fantastic. So it's really cool to be able to do that, in the age we live in.
Yeah, I mean the co-working spaces are what take it to the next level. So when I was back home in my 9 to 5, I was not really meeting any new people, and I was just kind of sitting in front of a screen, just
Yep.
coding like a monkey, and it was sending me a bit loopy. It was sending me kind of crazy.
Yeah, for cool.
So that's why that's one of the main reasons why I became a digital nomad is because I want to travel the world and I want to meet people. And I want to be sociable, and I want to do things like this. Speaking to you now and speaking to a wider community. That's exactly my motivation.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start off by just talking about my story. Yeah.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Because you're originally from the UK, yeah? Whereabouts in the UK?
Correct. So I'm originally from the Midlands, Birmingham. Whoop, whoop.
Yep.
That's just about an hour outside London. For everyone else in the world who doesn't know
nice.
where Birmingham is. So yeah, come from
my
very,
mom's from
very
Manchester.
humble beginnings. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who's your team?
So yeah, my team. you see, you asked me about sports again, and that's dangerous because
Okay.
I'm not really,
Yeah,
I'm not really a
fair enough.
sports guy. I'm a computer
Yeah.
nerd. I'll be honest. I'm a computer nerd, so it doesn't really
Hey,
really
man,
go on
I'm
my
also a big
radar,
gamer, so
unfortunately.
yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess when we talk about like digital nomads, some people may be sort of unfamiliar or unaware what a digital nomad is. I think that's less and less so these days. But for anyone who's just a bit unsure, I'll just give you like a brief summary. And
Yeah, for
probably the easiest
sure.
way to do that is to break it down into its component words. So you've got digital and you've got nomad. So the digital stuff usually refers to a particular set of skills or a job that a person does, usually working online. So, for example, I myself started off in web development, so building websites.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of different jobs that you can do as digital nomad. You can do blogging or vlogging, the sort of stuff that you do, Ross, coming up with content that people find
Yeah.
valuable, useful, and like to engage with.
Oh, thank
You
you.
can do things like no problem. You can do things like affiliate marketing. You can do sales, design. I mean, to be honest, a lot of businesses now you can totally run online
Yeah,
without having a brick and
absolutely. Like
mortar
it's big.
and without being tied to any particular location. So yeah, we went off on a bit of tangent there. I was going to talk about my story, wasn't I? And I sort of
No, it's cool, man. Well, I mean, that's what it's for.
went.
Like, we basically just have, there's kind of a structure as such, but it's more, man, just have a bit of a chat and see kind of where we go and that sort of thing. Because,
Yeah.
even before when you're saying about with businesses, really most businesses now can, work offshore or wherever else. When I did quit the 9 to 5 and I went to the Philippines, the amount of big businesses that had little pockets or teams, in all these different centers was just like crazy. Like, I met people that worked with Nintendo, Webjet, Booktopia, all these just big names. And yeah, it was just really interesting to see that they can just have them in anywhere in the world, just little pockets. So it's cool. It's really cool.
It's really cool. It's really cool. So yeah, I was kind of my story is no different to anyone else's digital nomad story. I don't believe in that. I've been in the 9 to 5 sort of corporate world for let's say like 10 years, but it felt like 10 million years. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Felt like the sort of personality type that I am. It was getting sort of repetitive, going to the same place, hanging out with the same people. Yeah, too mundane. Not meeting any new people, and just being really like a workhorse. And it started to drive me a little bit crazy, to be honest with you. And I could feel in myself that this thing was sort of it was making me a little bit unwell. Which is kind of unnerving because I tend to lead quite a healthy lifestyle. I'm not a big drinker. I don't smoke. I work out from time to time. Probably not enough, but I try and lead
Just
a
goes
healthy
into every
lifestyle.
yep.
Yeah. But despite all that, I still didn't feel healthy in myself. I was like, okay, right, I need to address this problem. In the previous year, which was 2000 and let me get this right now, 2016, I spent that entire year trying to enter into a new career, and that new career was as an airline pilot.
Okay,
because I believe,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I believed that, well, and I still do believe to this day that I have a huge passion for aviation. Where I used to live in Birmingham was right next to Birmingham Airport under the flight path, which to most people was a bit of an annoyance and a bit of an inconvenience, being in suburbia and you've got these jets coming over and making a loud noise. But actually, to me, that was amazing, and I think that's where it all started for me. I spent most of 2016 sort of reteaching myself physics, maths, because I'd forgotten it all since school. I mean, I was never an academic anyway, so school I kind of struggled with. But I spent that whole year reteaching myself those subjects, applying to different schemes, applying to airlines. I actually got to final stage interviews for British Airways, which if you told me that in the previous years leading up to that, I would have told you were crazy and I could never do such a thing. So it was a really great learning experience for me. But to be honest, it's very costly. I don't know if you know much about aviation, but you need
Yeah,
about
man. Yeah.
go on,
It's like
sorry.
80K over here. I looked into it when, because I guess as entrepreneurs, we always want to kind of see what's available and kind of put our toes in different waters. And I too found,
Yeah,
aviation is really interesting. So yeah, I looked into it and it was something like, I think it was like 80K just to do your training,
yeah,
just to get your test license or whatever. And then you still got to get like a bunch of
yeah,
other licenses. Yeah. So for
yeah.
sure.
And a lot of the time, unless you go sponsored through through an airline, which is super competitive, you end up paying for it yourself, and there are
Yeah,
absolutely zero guarantees of anything at the end of it. Um,
absolutely.
a lot of the training companies will sell you this thing of, oh, there's a shortage of airline pilots. Airline travel is taking off at such a rate that there's not enough pilots to fill seats. And doing
Yeah,
my own research, I quickly found out that actually that wasn't really the case, and that
pretty much.
people were sitting there with hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of debt, and they were still living with their mums and not doing anything. So for that reason, I
Yeah.
decided,
Living the dream.
for that reason, I decided, okay, what is it I like about airline flying? Well, it's geeky
Yeah.
for a start. It's very geeky. You get geeky with the weather. You get geeky with the systems,
Yep.
balancing weights and so forth, calculating fuel, arrival times, departure times, talking to the air traffic control, sequencing for landing and takeoff, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then playing with all the onboard computers and so forth and planning the trip. So I love the geeky side of it. I also love the
Yeah.
travel as well. So I was like, okay, so the travel is also something that really appeals to me. Okay, I wonder if there's something else out there that will give me these things and won't cost me 150,000 euros.
Yeah.
So
Fair
I went
enough.
online, and that's when I found out about the digital nomad scene.
Cool.
And that was in January of 2017. So that was about a year ago now. And so in that year, I spent many long hours in front of a computer doing research.
Yep.
I learned how to become a web developer. I learned how to use Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator to create graphics.
Yep.
And really just honed my skills. Also learned marketing skills as well, online marketing. So Google AdWords, Facebook, Instagram, all the social networks.
Cool.
And so I spent most of the year doing that. And then kind of by a little bit of fortune and a bit of sort of networking, a friend of mine, a guy I used to work for, he emigrated to Australia with his partner, who's also Australian. And he basically called me up one day and said, like, okay, I'm in Australia now, and I need something to do, so let's start a business.
All right.
I was like, okay, all right.
Best phone call ever.
Yeah, you have my interest, like, you have the floor. What's going on? So he said, okay, basically, Australia, huge, untapped e-commerce market. Let's do some online retail, because he had experience in that space. My previous employer was an online retailer, so we both had the necessary experience selling on Amazon, selling on our own website, selling on eBay. So yeah, I was like, okay, let's do this. So that was kind of the catalyst that started this whole digital nomad thing for me. And so I spent most of last year working remotely from my parents' place in Birmingham, working on the website. We were messaging each other constantly, using Skype and using Slack and all these wonderful apps now that make the world such a small place.
Yeah, definitely.
And we were working on the website. And then I went to visit him in August in Brisbane, and I just fell in love. I was just like, man, look at what's possible. Look at this life that people are leading, right? There's sunshine. Yeah. There's like 320 days of sunshine.
Brisbane's great. Like Brisbane, Australia is actually awesome. Yeah.
It's so amazing. The people are fantastic as well. It's mad to me to think that I can go to the other side of the world and I can meet people who are like exactly like me. It doesn't feel like, I mean, you guys even drive on the same side of the road, so it's like, how much more at home can I get?
Yeah,
I mean, it's like England.
Real easy transition. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is interesting to me. This is really cool.
Yeah.
So I spent a week with him in Brisbane. I was still working for my employer at the time. Yeah. I was like, right, okay, I need to do something drastic here. So I quit my job while I was still in Brisbane. I sent them an email and I said, look, guys, I'm done. Like this life is for me, so I'm going to move to Australia. So I went home, I served the rest of my notice, and yeah, I moved to Brisbane in September. And
beautiful.
since then, we launched the online business in November.
Yep.
The business is called Way Out Wonder. So if you go on wayoutwonder.com.au, you'll see all of our wonderful products on there. We do a lot of stuff around VW. We've got some Star Wars licensed products. And we have
nice. All the geeky stuff.
Well. Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. So,
that's awesome. I'll check it out. Because make sure afterwards you drop all your links as well so people can check it out.
Don't worry, that will come. Okay, so
right, just making sure.
so that kind of brings you up to last year, and then I think it was around the same time that you started your Facebook group. Around December time, right? Early December, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was mid-November. Yeah, so real similar. And it's interesting that you left September and I left September. Just real close lines. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cool, right? So where was I going now? I've completely lost myself.
So basically, you just launched your store, and then you were saying about with the Facebook group. I think you were just about to lead into that because you mentioned mine. So I imagine that's an easy transition.
Yeah. So one thing that one piece of feedback that I received from a lot of my friends when I told them I was leaving is, "Oh my God, you're so lucky. Like you get to do this. You get to work remotely from anywhere in the world. I wish I could do that. I could never do that. I wish I could do it. I could never do that." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about? Anyone can do this.
Yeah.
Anyone can do this." I said, "I'm, as much as I love to think it, I am not special or intelligent or funny or good looking. So anyone can do what I'm doing."
Yeah.
So this is where the Facebook group came from. I thought, okay, there's a real need for this, I feel. And people are becoming disillusioned by their jobs, as I was, and they need a bit of a rope ladder to get out of this situation. So that's where my Facebook group was born, which is Digital Nomad Incubator.
Cool.
So I started that at the beginning
of a good group.
December. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm kind of envious
a lot of engagement,
of you,
things like that.
You've already surpassed the 1,000 members mark, and I'm still at like 350 members. But I think
we'll jump on a call later. We'll we'll get you past there. Don't worry, man.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, because you're just smashing it out with the lives and the content. So yeah, it'd be great if we could link up on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's fun to do, and like we're trying to do it every day. Like it isn't tolling because I enjoy doing it, but it does take up time. So like if you watch the episode with Nikki the other day, it was only I think Friday for me, so Thursday for most of you guys. I was so hungover, like I'd had like no sleep. I was like, look, and I'm very open about that. Like, well, I said to Nikki, "Oh, look, this is what's going to happen." But it was still a great episode. The most engagement we'd had of any episode so far. Like we had almost nearly 100 comments like before it even hit the replay. So super engaged. So it's just about having fun, and when people see that, then they really want to engage. And with what you're doing in your group, despite the number, you're doing fantastically, man.
Thank you. That's really great. Thank you for that. So yeah, we're trying to crack on with the live sessions, and actually we've got loads booked in for this week. We've been reaching out to people and saying like all the travelers, all the digital nomads, and we've met a few here in Bali that were interested in doing a live. So yeah, we're keeping that going. So the group was sort of I guess for me it was like a validation of an idea, because I had this hypothesis that people needed help with this thing to become digital nomads. And the group's taken off like way more than I ever thought possible or dreamed of. I would be happy with 20 people in there, but it soon became 50, then it became 100, then it became 200. So for me, that was like, okay, I've tapped into something here. This is something people want. I feel like my hypothesis has got some weight to it now. What can I do with this? And actually, I started working with a friend of mine called Oliver Nold. I think he's actually watching this stream. What's up, Oliver? Big shout to you.
Yeah, hey, Nolly. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, man.
Yeah, good to have you on board. So what we sort of, he's got this really cool brand, right? This brand of his, which is Homeless and Happy. You can check out his website. It's homelessandhappy.com, which is all about the laptop lifestyle, as you mentioned earlier. Very much, it's a lifestyle thing. They're big on Instagram. They have their own blog and Facebook page as well. And I was like, okay, who is this guy? Because he seems to be pretty switched on and pretty well connected with the online world. We connected, and he said, look, I love your group. I love everything you're doing. Let's work together on something. So kind of put forward this idea of, okay, what if we can do some sort of coaching program? If we can build something together that is going to help people, and let's not do what some people out there do, which is they sell you I won't mention any names, but they sell you a program for $5,000, and you just get a bunch of videos. You don't get any FaceTime with anyone. We were like, no, that's not the way to do it, because people they want this dream so badly, and they're willing to invest money. So let's give them some real value. So what we built is the Digital Nomad Incubator, which is the product behind the Homeless and Happy brand. And what we do is basically like a 6-month coaching session, one-to-one coaching sessions, and we also do group sessions as well. And we also have a video library now that's expanding day by day. So that's kind of our main focus at the moment, is to try and help as many people as possible. You know, for me, it ticks a massive box, which is meeting new people, being sociable. You know, what I said earlier that I was really lacking. It gives me that, and it gives me so much happiness to help these people and to really to bring them on this journey, which I have to say is amazing. I mean, I'm in Bali right now, so
that's cool, Sam.
Flew over to Bali because that's where Oliver is and his girlfriend.
Yep.
And yeah, we met up a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and we've just been working on this thing constantly. Ollie was up last night till ridiculous o'clock at the co-working place, uploading videos and getting everything ready for everybody. So yeah, we're just in a great place right now, and I'm absolutely loving what I'm doing.
Yeah, fantastic, man. That's cool, because that's the thing. It's just about figuring out your direction and figuring out your path, and then from there just executing. And obviously, you know, with Ollie reaching out and you two guys hooking up now and doing something together, it's you know, working out really well. And you know, I really look forward to hearing how it comes along. Yeah,
definitely. Thank you very much, and we'll keep you posted. Yeah, so if anyone is interested in becoming a digital nomad, as I say, you can do it. There's nothing special about any of us. We just have a particular set of skills that can be acquired online and can be used online. That's all it comes down to.
Well, that's it. Well, most of the people say in this space, you know, most of the Facebook communities, whether it is the Niche Entrepreneur community or, you know, other Facebook groups as well, most do work online predominantly anyway. I mean, some do have some local clients, but, you know, a lot of the clients are online. So it's like, well, there's no reason why you can't just do exactly what you're doing, but overseas or, you know, maybe interstate or, you know, wherever you want to go. And it can be done. You know, it's great fun. Sometimes I'll just go down you know, I'm maybe a 15-minute drive from the beach. So sometimes I'll take my laptop down there, work there, or, you know, if it's a windy day but want to be outside, I might go to a park or something. It's no different. Like, the only difference is you've hopped on a plane and flown somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's not without its challenges. I'm not gonna sit here and blow smoke and say, like, it's a holiday, I work half an hour a day, and then I just go to the beach and look at beautiful girls, right? There's a little bit of that, but not as much as I would like. Most of it is hard work. But it's hard work.
Yeah, man, absolutely. You've got to bust your ass, 100%. 100%.
Absolutely. You've got to hustle, and you've got to work in the right direction, I would say. You've got to actually achieve something, because even if you live in Bali, which is very cheap for Westerners, you're going to run out of money eventually if you're not working hard and actually working towards your goals.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, it's not all cocktails and beaches, but you know, if you work hard and you work smart, then that definitely could be you. And having said that, you know, you don't need to start an online business to become a digital nomad. I know loads of people who actually are employed, so they might work for like a trendy startup which really encourages remote working. there's great websites out there like remoteok.io, which is a jobs board which aggregates loads of remote jobs, and you can say, what sort of discipline you might want to work in, whether it's customer services, whether it's web development, whether it's virtual assistants.
Yep.
So that's actually, I see that as a really frictionless path for a lot of people, because you're still working in the traditional sense, kind of, but you're working remotely. And a lot of these startups actually will do, they promote this work-life balance, which is, I guess, in essence, what everyone wants, is that work doesn't overtake your life. It just kind of complements it.
Yeah.
So they say
exactly
they want to avoid you burning out. So they say, if you take as much time as you need, obviously you need to work your allotted hours, but they will help you cope with any burnout, any trainings that you think you need. And what a lot of them do now is like a retreat. So once a year or maybe twice a year, you'll go to, I don't know, Malta, and you're going jet skiing with all your team, because working online is great, but it doesn't mean that the office is dead, because I think you can get a lot done when you're face to face with someone also. So I don't think it's the death of the traditional office space, the 9 to 5, but I think we just do it a different way now. I think that's the future.
Well, that's it, and it comes down to what you're comfortable with. Like, when it comes to sales, for instance, me sitting down face to face somewhere, that's when I absolutely smash it. But at the same time, now learning to do the online, it's I'm really enjoying it, and it's something that I'm now moving further into. But it's really whatever everyone is comfortable with. So we had a sales training a few weeks ago, and it was a introvert sales training, and I just found that there was a need for it, because a lot of people that do go online is because they're more so, say, introverted, and they don't want that face-to-face interaction. But at the same time, it's really important to still know, what you're comfortable with. So it's certainly not the death of an office setting, because as you mentioned, Sam, you can certainly get a lot done there. But if you're more comfortable, behind a screen or traveling whilst you're doing it, you can absolutely crush out your goals no matter what you're doing. It's just finding the right direction for the individual.
Yeah, and let me just say, like, I am an introvert. Okay, doing something like this live is pretty far out of my comfort zone, to be honest with you.
Well, I wouldn't tell you. You're doing amazingly. You're doing amazingly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I don't know. I was just going to say, I don't know how I'm coming across, but even just a few short months ago, like, even the thought of doing a Skype call with someone one-to-one, a video call, that was scary. That scared me. Which seems
and that's fair, and that's common.
Yeah, absolutely. People don't like being in front of camera. People's behaviour changes when there's a camera involved, right? So that's another reason why this whole digital nomad community has been so beneficial to me, is because it's allowed me to meet people like you and like people in your group, and have a video chat with people and get to know people. And the thought of doing a Skype call now is just, what was I even worried about? That was so stupid.
Yeah, exactly. It's just about pushing those boundaries within yourself and really just auditing yourself as to what you're comfortable with, and pushing through the comfort zones, and really just practice makes perfect. And now it's just something that's like, what's a Skype call? Like, just jump on, like, it's no stress at all.
Yeah. And actually this live is I'm really enjoying doing this live. I hope that's coming across. This is a fantastic experience. So thank you very much for the opportunity and for the platform. And I kind of said to myself at the start of this year that this was the year that I'm going to sort of push my limits, right? This is the year I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. And I've done that several times now already this year, and good things have happened every single time. And actually what I'm learning about myself is, one of the many things I'm learning about myself is that nothing's ever really as hard as I think it is. Sort of build up this picture in my mind of like, that's going to be so fucking difficult. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be torturous. And then I get on there and I'm just like, what the hell was I worried about? And so I'm trying to take that lesson now and apply it to every area of my life.
Fantastic.
And I feel like I'm doing that. I feel like I'm sort of growing as a person. Enough said. Like, that's cool. That's just me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, Sam, that's it. I mean, it's about, personal development and business development as well, but really just figuring out, what direction you're going. And absolutely, like the comfort zones, because it's, you know, I talk about this all the time, and it's really just getting comfortable is dangerous, like just hands down.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I was in the 9 to 5, I was in the corporate setting as well, and it was a fantastic
Hmm.
job. Like, you know, it was great. I don't dispute it at all, but it was
Yeah.
a job. You know, it wasn't my own business, so it was really something that
Yeah.
I wanted to leave. You know, jump out of the comfort zone. So I really just left, jumped in the deep end, and haven't looked back. And that's it. It's just about figuring out what you're comfortable in, and then trying to push those boundaries just a little bit further. Because it doesn't have to be, you know, a monstrous leap every like week or month or anything like that. It's just about those tiny little steps, whether it's even each day or each week, just to slowly move towards whatever your end goal is, and just kind of
Yeah.
reverse engineer back, just to figure out, all right, well, I've got to do X, Y, and Z
Yeah.
to get there.
And you know, if I could give everyone here one piece of advice, I'd just say, get out your comfort zone. I know it's a cliche at this point, and it's like all these self-help books will tell you get out your comfort zone, but they're absolutely onto something. Okay, when you get out your comfort zone, good things can happen.
Yeah.
You learn so much about yourself and the world around you that even if there's a failure, it's not really a failure because you've learned lessons along the way. So you can always take something positive from the experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Like it's not failure, it's just feedback. It's if you decide to quit, then you failed. But sorry, man, we've lost Sam there a little bit.
Oh, sorry, I think I lost
From
you there.
the
Am I
sorry,
back?
Sam. Yeah, we lost you. No, no. Yeah, yeah, all back now. Awesome. Yeah, well, yeah. Basically, wherever we got cut off, I was just saying that yeah, failure is only feedback. It's only if you decide to quit that you've then truly failed. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with failing along the way, as long as you fail forward and you learn from each experience.
Yeah, I like that. Fail forward. Yes, I like that very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's cool, man. So, with you over with Ollie at the moment, so do you think you're going to be in Bali for a while? Do you know, or do you think there's going to be a next destination, or what do you think's next on the list?
Yes, my next destination is back to Brisbane on
Cool.
Wednesday.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm going back to Brisbane. I'm gonna regroup over there, and I'll be back to Bali very, very soon. I know that for a fact, because Bali's just, it has everything that you could possibly really want, or I could possibly want anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my sort of immediate plans, and then I have actually at the start of this year I actually wrote a list of goals, and one of those is to visit Chiang Mai in Thailand, because that's another nomad hub. So
Yeah, cool.
that's coming along at some point. Nothing booked yet, but that's going to happen. And I also want to go to South America as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Because I really just, you know, now being in the online space, I had no idea, because I went to Thailand in September, and yeah, I didn't really know. I didn't know at the time about the whole, you know, digital nomad hubs. That would have been awesome to go visit and meet minded people. Whereas, you know, I went to my dad lives there, so I just went to go visit the old man instead, and then went to Philippines for business. But it would have been really cool to know that there were hubs like that. So I guess, you know, with being in such a, you know, digital space, it's now learning those connections are available, which is, you know, really fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, there's one spot in particular here in Canggu, which is called Dojo, which a lot of digital nomads go to. And it's cool because it's not really, people are there to do some work, right? But it's not really that work focused. It's very much community focused. It's very much a social thing. So yes, you may do some work there, but it's not really about beavering away on your laptop. It's about making connections and making friends and exchanging thoughts and ideas. But there are other co-working spaces in Canggu. There's one in particular that I visit daily, which is more sort of geared towards the work environment, where head down, working. But it's nice to have the balance between the two, because obviously, as I said to you already, the social aspect is really, really important to me, and I mustn't lose sight of that. Otherwise, I'll end up back where I was.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's at the same time, you know, you got to work hard. So it's great to have a community of, you know, and it's great that there's different sections there, because if it's one is all, say, social, but then there's another one that is head down, ass up and work, then that's great, because then it's another community that's going to support each other for working, opposed to, you know, rolling and being like, hey, you know, super hungover, don't feel like working today. And it's like, well, that's not the right environment to be in. And it's like, we'll just go hang out with, you know, the rest of the community over, you know, in the different part of the city.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, Sam, I'd love to know, so like with the business, so getting a bit more into, say, the digital nomad lifestyle itself. So you've got more of an e-com store. So, or is it like with the coaching itself? So what would you say is the biggest facet of your business at the moment?
Wait, what's the biggest what? Sorry, I didn't catch the last part.
Sorry, internet cut out. The biggest facet of your business. So you were saying that you started an e-com store, but now you're also doing, say, coaching with Ollie. What's your biggest focus at this moment?
It's the coaching. It's the coaching, yeah.
Cool.
Because as I've said, that ticks it ticks the social box big time for me, and that's really the most important thing actually for me at the moment is the sociability. So yeah, really focusing on the coaching. But yeah, I mean, splitting my focus nicely. But yeah, the focus is really on the coaching at this point.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome. So I guess for everyone watching at home that maybe they're thinking about taking the plunge, or they're kind of half in, half out, they might still have a full 9 to 5, but full-time 9 to 5, but then they're thinking of getting into an online business. What advice would you have for them to, I guess, just starting? And obviously we spoke before about comfort zones, but I guess any more applicable advice that they can actually use?
Sorry, I lost you there for a second. Yeah.
Sorry, man, the internet there.
So
for everyone at home that's thinking of getting into it, yeah.
Yeah. So, as I said before, for a lot of people, the path of least resistance is probably to get to work for a startup who allows for remote working. But I appreciate that's not everyone's cup of tea, because you're kind of going from the frying pan into the fire. So my advice to a lot of people that want to start their own online business is just get started. Get off Google, get out the books, get away from the books, and just get started on something. The problem that I'm seeing time and time again, and I've suffered this myself many times, is paralysis by analysis. So you figure out, okay, I want to become a digital nomad. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, I'll do a Google search for how to become a digital nomad. Okay, now I'm reading articles, and they're all telling me different things, different opinions on the same subject, and I don't really know which sources are reliable and so forth. I'm now more confused than I was when I started. And so what originally was there to help people actually can end up hurting their cause, because they now have a million different ideas and they don't know which way to turn. So focus is a big thing for people. So if you have an idea, just get started. Just do it. Just try it. If you have a problem along the way, sure, use Google. That's what I do. Google is my second brain at this point, because my first one's just not as good as Google. So use Google to answer specific questions that you have, but don't ask it things like how to become a digital nomad or how to start an online business, because that question is way too broad. Just get started, and to be honest, you'll learn so much more along the way than you would if you Googled how to start an online business. So yeah, my advice is get started, push the boundaries of what you feel you can do, because as I say, good things happen when you push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, fantastic. There you go. Lisa's just jumped on as well. Hey, Lisa, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Sam, that's fantastic,
hey, Lisa,
and it's great to really hear your story.
Sorry, I was just going to say Lisa's also involved with what we're doing as well. She's Lisa is Ollie's his girlfriend. So hey, Lisa, thanks for watching. Yeah,
that's fantastic. And everyone at home, if you're getting value from this from Sam, we'd love to hear from you. If you could drop #value in the comments, that could be awesome. If you're on the replay, or Lisa, saying sorry for being late. Well, if you're going to watch the replay, if you could drop #replay in the comments as well, that'd be awesome. Just so we know you got some value out of this at a later date. So Sam, this has been fantastic. It's been fantastic just to hear your story and how you just took the plunge, and really just moving to a foreign country and just kind of learning along the way has been great. So for everyone, for everyone at home, how do they get in contact with you? We did mention it before, a few URLs, but how's the best way to get in contact with you so that way you can help them with their business or for helping them get started?
Yeah, so my Facebook page is always open. My messenger inbox is always there. So you can add me as a friend, and you can message me on facebook.com/Sam Bragg, which is SAMBRAGG. Yeah, feel free to contact me, and any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Other than that, you can find out more about the program that I was talking about. We have the homelessandhappy.com website, which is homeless letter N happy.com. And if you go on the Live Like Us page, that talks a lot about our coaching program and about the sort of things that you can expect to see from us. And also we have a free course that I provided, which is a free 8-day email course, which goes into a bit more depth about some of the things I touched on here, about ways you can become a digital nomad, either through employment, through business ownership, or through freelancing. So if you go on howtobecomedigitalnomad.com, you can sign up to that there. And what we're also offering is a free half-an-hour coaching session with myself and Ollie, so you can see the whites of our eyes and you can hear us do blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Sam, that's fantastic. And yeah, certainly at the bottom there, if you could drop all the links afterwards, that'd be fantastic, just so everyone can easily click those and find. Obviously, you're tagged in this, so if they add you on Facebook as a friend, then just easy, one click away. So yeah, Sam, this has been phenomenal. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been great. Is there anything else you'd like us to touch base on before we wrap this up today?
No, I feel like we've covered a lot of ground. I just want to say thank you to you, Ross. It warms my heart that you've let me come on here and talk about my life. And the past 24 months of my life have just been absolutely phenomenal. You know, I've done things and I've seen things that I didn't think were even remotely possible for myself. So yeah, you provide a great platform. Keep doing what you're doing. Your group is absolutely amazing. I'm going to definitely keep engaged with all your content. It's fantastic. So yeah, just big love to you, and
thank you.
And what a great community you have as well. It's just absolutely fantastic.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, same to you. And you know, just so much thanks for coming on the show today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and you know, we'll definitely keep in touch. We've periodically keep in touch here and there. So I'm keen to we'll jump on a call later and have a bit more of a chat. But yeah, Sam, thank you so much again. Everyone at home, Sam Bragg, everybody. So. Yeah, Sam, it's been a pleasure. And for everyone tuning in, thank you again for investing your time with us here today. All right, Sam. Well, yeah, thanks, man. And yeah, we'll keep in chat soon.
Okay, everybody, keep it real and keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, because that's when cool shit happens.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sam.